Hello everyone. We are honored today to have Amy Owen. She's president at the Community Foundation for Loudoun and Northern Virginia Fauquier counties. Amy, thank you very much. We are so honored to have you today.
I'm jazzed to be here.
Yes, so tell us a little bit about you, your background, how to get to join or to be part of the Community Foundation.
Okay.
A little bit background about you.
Well, let's see if I can make this interesting. I'm from Alabama. I moved here by way of Colorado. And I can tell you that in one of my last classes, the professor had a question for us: what do you want to do when you grow up? And I said, I want to be the executive director of a nonprofit. So that was always my
kind
goal.
of like goal.
Yeah, I don't know what the calling was for me for nonprofit work, because I mean, you're a perfect example. You are in for-profit, but you are so committed to nonprofit. So there are many ways to accomplish that. But in my mind, I saw that as my path forward was working in a nonprofit. And to tell you the truth, my goal at that time was to be in conservation and environment, and I went and worked for a solar organization. So what I'm doing now is a little bit of departure, but I did just buy an all-electric vehicle, so checking that out. So I'm still living my values that way.
So your full career kind of was in nonprofit world? Oh wow.
Yeah, there was a brief stint. I took time off to be a full-time mom.
Yeah.
And then I went into radio sales, which
that's interesting.
It's a really tough profession. But I think what it did for me, it all starts to link together, right? When you look back over your careers, that it set me up to work in nonprofit and begin the important chore of fundraising. So asking someone for a gift can be pretty unnerving, but it's part of the job when you work for a nonprofit.
How long you been with them?
With the Community Foundation, it will be 10 years this May. And I came from another community foundation. Don and I moved here in 2012. We came from Harper's Ferry, and I worked for the Eastern West Virginia Community Foundation there. I've determined that if an organization has anything less than 15 syllables in the name, I simply won't work for it.
And you've been living, I'm assuming, in Loudoun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we built a house out near Round Hill.
So we have you guys, you're busy. Like you have probably a lot of different programs. Tell us a little bit about the foundation, and like a little bit what do you do, what programs you have, what do you offer?
I love that, thank you. So let me just start off by saying we offer so much in the community because we have an awesome, small but mighty staff. In particular, Nicole Acosta. In fact, she and I
love you, Nicole, if you're here.
I love you too. We, sometimes it's like if we say to ourselves, oh no, there's not a program we don't love, we've got to rein this one in. But we have really worked hard together to try and build as many high-impact programs in the community and for the nonprofit community and for the giving community. So, one program that we're working on right now is called Workforce Housing Now.
Yes.
We believe very strongly that this is not an issue of charity, even though we are a charity, but this is an issue about Loudoun's economic future. And that if you can't live in Loudoun when you work in Loudoun, it affects that family and that individual, but it affects you as a business owner.
Absolutely, and we've been talking about this before. That's impacting, I'm in the service industry and my employees tell me, we can't afford to live here. I have employees drive from Woodbridge every day to work here. Yeah. I mean, it is a huge, important issue that. So can you tell us a little bit about the workforce and what you're doing, guys, right now?
Well, I think the key factor that that we have identified is we are not housing and zoning experts at the Community Foundation, but what we can do is leverage our presence in the community to help other people care and learn about the issue. So we created what we refer to as a community service campaign. And we have worked with local individuals who have created videos for us, who have told their real life story about how they had to leave Loudoun, how they can't afford to live in Loudoun, but they wish they could. I have a personal story. I mentioned that I used to work in West Virginia. Don and I moved here from a house in West Virginia in Harpers Ferry. Do you know who bought our house? Someone from law enforcement in Loudoun County.
Wow.
And so that's a perfect example of how expensive it is for core individuals who are part of our community to live here. So we work with a local marketing firm, Loud and Clear, and they help us stay organized and carefully use our resources to do these videos on Facebook. So what we're trying to do is help people care about the issue.
And do you think you will end up with some solution at some point, or what, where you're going as far as what is your goal to get to, and where you think it can be done something?
Yeah, Loudoun County has very valid goals that it's created, our local elected leaders, through an unmet housing needs strategic plan. Those goals are impactful and they're valid. It's just helping keep their eye on the ball when they see projects come forward. Because it's easy to say, yeah, we're all about workforce housing, but then when that project comes, you need action. Yeah. And so what we have done is we have a small group of individuals who have signed up to go and speak when those projects are coming up. Even though we don't endorse any particular project, we do go to remind our elected officials, these are the values of our community, this is what we've pledged to do. The other piece is we've recently received a grant from Virginia Housing to keep the campaign moving, and we hope that we can elevate this during election season.
Oh, that's awesome.
So let's hope that we get some high impact pledges from our next round of elected officials.
That's awesome. And another program, probably the Give the Choose. It's coming up soon.
Actually, early
started
giving
from now.
Started yesterday.
Actually, yesterday.
Yeah. So for those of us who don't know, Give Choose is our community's biggest day of giving. The Community Foundation designs a platform and then welcomes nonprofits who are headquartered in Loudoun or northern Fauquier counties or provide services to join in this big day of giving. We have sponsors who have created what we call a prize pool, and the nonprofits all lovingly compete to win these different financial prizes as the campaign progresses. So early giving is on right now. There will be a prize announced first thing when the official day kicks off, which is March 28th. And so a couple of nonprofits will win a prize for that, and then within that 24-hour period, more prizes will be sent out. So while you and I could make a gift direct to a nonprofit, and we should, if you want to help a nonprofit get some leverage and get some energy going, go to givechoose.org and make a gift, and you may help them win a prize. But here's the thing. We know that when we talk to our past donors, more than half of them say they will also choose another charity to give to that they never had heard of before.
Wow.
Because it's like a catalog of local charities.
Because it is all the list there.
Yeah.
It's under the givechoose.org.
Yeah.
I mean, you will hear probably about some name that say, oh, okay, so what they do?
And you can make a gift with as little as $10.
Yeah.
The average gift is around $250, but many of us give less and many of us give more. So we welcome a gift of any amount.
So I remember last year it was huge. Like
Yeah, you know what we would love? We would love to hit $1 million this year. We
I
would
hope so.
love that. Loudoun, Northern Fauquier counties. Let's go. And you know what's so important? If you know about Give Choose, what's really important is you need to tell 1 or 2 new people to go and make a gift, because that's the crowdfunding impact.
Absolutely, absolutely. Even small amount, it can help. Every dollar count. I always say every dollar count. Maybe, we can only give $10 and maybe other individual can give $50, or it doesn't matter, it's every dollar count.
And that's particularly true because some of the prizes are for the most number of donors, not dollars.
Yeah.
So a $10 gift can help a
Yeah.
nonprofit win a prize.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Amy, we know that Give Choose is the big thing, but what kind of think for 2023 you're thinking as kind of accomplishment you want to do? I know that I won't probably say, but I know in May you're kind of gonna be leaving. Yep. And we are going to miss you so much. We stay in touch with you, I promise.
I'll be around.
So is that anything some accomplishment you're working on, and or something is gonna come up from now to the end of the year for the foundation? I don't know, waiting for some project or something like that. Can you share with us?
No, I don't think that we're in a place where we're trying to launch any new initiatives, but we will continue our racial equity framework. We believe very strongly as a grant maker that having diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility in our community is foundational and really important. And so we have designed working with local trainers and workshop leaders programs for the nonprofit community.
Oh, that's awesome.
Particularly since so much of the nonprofit community tends to be white women. That who is often who occupies the field, and yet we're probably serving a much more diverse community as nonprofit leaders.
Right now, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. I agree with you on that. What do you think? What do you think, kind of in global as a nonprofit organizations? What is next? I mean, what is next? What is the next 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you one of the more challenging things for us at the Community Foundation is that historically, Loudoun County, not Fauquier, but Loudoun County has a really lackluster charitable giving rate. So, just to give you an example, if we were to give, we as a collective society in Loudoun County, at the same rate as our sister county in Fairfax, it would generate another $70 million in local charitable dollars.
Wow.
And you think about the nonprofits that you know,
Yeah.
and what they could do if they had a portion of that allocation. So this lackluster charitable giving rate affects how our nonprofit community is able to get to scale. And it also affects the Community Foundation's work in building permanent endowment. So our goal, in addition to doing things like Give Choose and training for nonprofits, is to help our local community understand the value of building something permanent in our community, so that years and years and years from now, that fund is still making distributions into the community.
And it is, it can give also a huge impact. On anything. It's unbelievable how many non-profit organizations have so many in London, and everybody doing excellent job.
Yeah.
And they are, they are different. Like every non-profit is different on their own, what they do. And how they're changing life and changing people in the community and everything. This is very, very, very important.
You're such a great spokesperson
Yeah,
for the
well,
nonprofit.
I do believe it,
Yeah.
because I wasn't involved in the past, and I didn't know all the nonprofit. I didn't know any nonprofit, what they do,
Yeah.
and what is behind the, you know, who they are or what they do, but it's unbelievable about how changing life from health, from disability, from anybody, like, you know, is amazing.
Yeah.
And you know, as a business owner, I tell about myself, you know, like, community is important to me. You know, like, it is important, and community will help you. You know, when you help them, they help you in some way. So I agree with you. I heard that about the lake from some about, you know, helping or be participating and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even Loudoun, they say, is the wealthiest.
They do say that.
Wealthiest
Yep.
county,
Yep.
you know, in the country.
Yeah. Certainly one of them. If not, I don't know if we still have that. But, you know, part of the challenge is that many of us are what folks refer to as our growing families are in their building years.
Yeah.
So they're paying for cars, they're preparing for college, they've got house payments, and maybe they're new to the community.
Yeah.
And, you know, one thing that you did was you intentionally went out to learn about the nonprofit community. Some of us just don't have that lens or that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is one reason why Give Choose is such a great opportunity, because they're all right there.
Absolutely.
Just to circle back to that.
And you might be, oh, you see, you look at the list, say, oh, okay, who they are, what they do, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
it's. I
Yeah.
think how many?
Well,
is that over 100?
It's over. It's
It is over 100.
between 100 and 150. Yeah, yeah. So it's quite a lineup.
Do you need as of the foundation? Do you need sometimes any volunteer or somebody? How people can get involved?
Yeah, you know, we're not a volunteer engine. Our volunteers tend to be our board members, and we have a current board of about 14 people. The way we need volunteers is to get involved in different programming like Give Choose, or we often have people who will call us and say, I'd like to be a board member, and we will talk with them about different nonprofits, maybe do some introductions. And we also have people who come to us and say, we think we want to start a nonprofit, and we will often talk with them about that, because
That's good to know.
oftentimes those of us who have that vision don't know that there are other groups doing similar work, and we don't want to be redundant,
Yeah.
right? So sometimes we will help inform folks if there's an existing group, and if there's not, help them with some very basic information and a referral list.
For this, talk to this
Yeah,
person,
right.
and they can have all the
Right.
information. Amy, this is amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
for being
much.
here and share everything with us. I mean, you know, good luck with Give Choose.
Thank you.
I'm excited to see the number was going to be.
We are too.
Yeah, so we hope. I mean, like I said, $10 or $20, it can give a difference.
It
doesn't-
really
and it
can
counts.
give a
Trust
difference.
me, it counts.
Yep.
It will count.
GiveChoose.org. It's on right now.
GiveChoose.org.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, Amy, for being here.
My honor.